a simple woman at the range, until the SEAL commander froze when he saw her tattoo. It was just an ordinary day at the shooting range. People were coming and going, firing off rounds and generally having a good time. Every man in the range watched her as she moved from station to station, her every move drawing their attention. Everyone was curious to see what she would buy, but they couldn't see what she was looking at. All they could see was her back as she waited for her purchase. Instead, there was a hint of amusement in her gaze. "I'm sorry," she said. "I didn't mean to upset you." She turned and walked away without another word, leaving the shop owner standing there feeling like an idiot. After a few moments, she turned around and the shop owner's face fell. It wasn't that the woman had done anything wrong. Just when he was about to give up hope, he saw her. She was standing by the counter, waiting for someone. He quickly made his way over to her and introduced himself. She was smart, funny, and beautiful, everything he had ever wanted in a woman. He couldn't believe his luck. He was a Navy SEAL commander who had been watching her since she first entered the range. He couldn't take his eyes off her. He put his arm around her shoulder, and she didn't pull away. He leaned in close and whispered in her ear, and she responded by putting her hand on his chest. They were perfect for each other. He searched for her everywhere, but he couldn't find her anywhere. He even went to the restroom and stared at the tattoo on his own arm, trying to muster up the courage to approach her. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't bring himself to do it. "Hi there," she said. "Can I help you?" The commander stammered. He would regret it for the rest of his life, so he took a chance and asked her out. She agreed, and the two of them left the range together. No, I just wanted to tell you that you have something on your back." She followed his gaze and saw the tattoo. She reached up and touched it. "Oh, this old thing," she said with a shrug. "It's just a tattoo." The commander couldn't believe it. This woman was more than just beautiful. She was also confident and independent. He was attracted to her like a moth to a flame. She was everything he had ever dreamed of in a woman, and then some. He wanted to talk to her, but he was frozen in place like a statue. It was just that she had something on her back that made the shop owner very uncomfortable. But the most surprising thing about her was what she did next. And he knew that if he didn't do something soon, she would be out of his sight forever. So he took a deep breath and walked out of the restroom. The woman in question was just your typical customer, or so she appeared. She was alone, dressed casually, and seemed to know her way around a gun. The woman turned the backpack around and opened it to reveal a tattoo on her shoulder blade. It was a detailed design of a snarling wolf head with its teeth bared in a silent snarl. The woman must have noticed the shop owner's reaction, because she reached out and grabbed his hand, turning it towards the tattoo. "What do you think?" she asked, her voice soft and sweet like honey. The shop owner quickly pulled his hand back and stammered, I don't like tattoos." He knew he was being rude, but he couldn't help it. He had grown up in a strict household where tattoos were seen as nothing more than a sign of rebellion. He had always been taught to stay away from them, and he had never broken that rule until now. She moved with confidence, took her time, and seemed completely at ease. Even after the range safety officer announced it was time to move to the next station, she didn't seem to flinch. She stayed focused, her eyes never leaving the target. She handled the weapon with the utmost care, making sure it was secure before moving on. She did this for every single station, never breaking her concentration once. All of this would have been unremarkable except for one small detail. The woman was incredibly attractive. When she finished the course, she went straight to the pro shop. The shop owner swallowed hard and tried to keep his voice steady as he asked, "Can I help you?" He looked into the woman's eyes and saw that she wasn't offended by his reaction. As she walked out of the pro shop, she caught the eye of a tall, muscular man with a shaved head and a goatee. Just when he thought he might actually make a move on her, she disappeared. He felt like a coward, but he couldn't help it. The woman had something about her that intimidated him. He scanned the crowd, hoping to catch another glimpse of her, but she was nowhere to be found. She looked up and smiled, and he knew that if he didn't make a move on her, they talked for hours, and he learned that she was a successful businesswoman who owned her own company. As the night wore on, he became more and more bold. He knew that he had found the woman he was going to marry.